Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ayoka. I'm the creator of this awesome community called the Lightworker Society. So make sure you go over there to my Instagram page and follow me. The details for that link will be in the description box below this video. Now, I'm going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine. So I pretty much have a direct question I believe I want to go with, right? So we're gonna see how this go. I've been trying to get really creative with this so that we can pick up on some different energies, right? Since I've been actually really recording a whole lot more lately. So let's see how it goes. But first, before I get started, don't forget this message is a collective message for Twin Flames. Everything in the message might not resonate with you, so just take what you need, leave what you don't need. I pick up on past, present, and future energy. So at any time in your twin flame journey, this could be your situation. If it doesn't fit right, just don't force it. It's just not your story. You understand? So sometimes we try to like put ourselves in certain places, or even if you just feel like, this is not my story. Like what are they talking about? She doesn't know what she's talking about. It just might not be for you. But at the same time, even when saying that, I really realized that if the whole situation isn't for you, part of it is, right? Because if I'm tapping into several people, hundreds of people, on top of that, you understand, like, my spiritual guides is touching bases for everyone. So that's why you have to get a personal reading. So it can be just about you. All right, you get all the attention, boo boo. All right, but you can do that too as well by going to my Instagram page. That's why it's highly important. Click the link in my bio and it'll take you to my webpage. All right. Now, let's set our intention so that we can be on the same page energetically. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, my angelic guides, for helping me with this reading for my twin flames. I ask you to protect us as we go through the spiritual gates to commune with you, and to close the gates to anything that's not in alignment with the divine's will and with the purpose of these readings. Thank you for protecting me and protecting my viewers as well, and covering us with your wonderful white lights, and also protecting me from any psychic attacks. And so it is. All right, you guys. If y'all hear some random outbursts of yelling, that's my son on the video game. Yes, I have my bedroom door closed, and so does he, but he still projects past the walls, the doors, my background noise, and everything. We need a house, right? So I can go into my little own space where I don't got to hear none of the noise from the neighbors or my son. Now, do I want to use this card? I think I do want to start here, you guys. But my question is going to be, thank you, my angelic guides. What is the DM feeling guilty about when it comes to the divine feminine? Wow. Can you explain that? Can you explain that, please? Right. And what is the strategy? Why do they need to strategize? You got this out of hands. Wow. I know, you guys. I'm about to start sharing the story with y'all real quick. I'm a little blown. Like, you guys are not over this yet. All right, so the envy card came out. Okay, so the envy card, right? The number 2 is on this card. Well, the number 20 is on this card. 2 plus 0 is 2. So you got, this is about partnerships, right? So the divine masculine basically is really feeling really guilty because they have this sense of envy within them when it comes to this partnership, right? So the envy card also relates to some type of lack or dissatisfaction that could be taking place within their own energy field, right? So it don't have nothing really to do directly with you, but it's like they are looking for something elsewhere and not really taking that value and placing it where within you, divine femme, right? So yeah, I can definitely see how they would be extremely guilty about this. Instead of just feeling happy and fulfilled with you, the divine masculine just wants more, right? And it causes them to have this sense of lack or dissatisfaction when it comes to the connection. Now, they just really need to notice everything that they have within this connection by itself, right? Because divine femme, you are at least what, 90% 90% is what you make up of what you offer and what you give, because we ain't going to be 100% because we ain't perfect, right? But at least, you know what I'm saying, you giving out that 90%, right? So it's like, why would you still be dissatisfied? But of course, we're going to find out. Now, they need to strategize because the strategy card is also in the reverse position. And of course, 2 plus 1 is what? 3. So they do have some spiritual helpers that are literally helping them, like really kind of pushing them along, urging them. It's probably some downloads that are coming, dreams, number synchronicities. Like, I'm really picking up that they are definitely seeing signs, right? Even if they don't know what it means, they are noticing it. Now, when this card is in reverse, it indicates that there's a stall of progress, okay? So they're feeling really guilty because they know they stolen, right? They got this goal in mind, but they just don't have an idea about how they're going to achieve it. Now, it also could mean that the original plan that they had going on just hit a wall. It hit a brick wall, right? So now they're just sitting here like, I need to reevaluate this situation, because I know that I am not going to be able to keep stalling for long, okay? So it's hard for them because it's like they keep picking the path that leads them to what? Temptation, unfortunately. But we know that's all about codependencies. Now, of course, what they're also feeling guilty about is because, right, this lack of dissatisfaction has done what? Caused them to plan poorly. Ooh, it's so funny when you try to put certain words together, like the P's and S, like, but it causes them to plan poorly, right? So they did not strategize this at all, because what ended up happening, they brought in a third party, okay? So now you got a third party situation going on here, right? So they're dissatisfied as well because it's like, look what I've done, right? I'm feeling really extremely guilty because I was out of alignment. I didn't have a clear plan. And here I go rushing forward because I'm thinking in my ego mind, and I didn't brought a third person into this situation. And now the reason why literally, things started to come to this point is because they're out of balance, especially when it comes to their root chakra. Now, the root chakra really talks about that safety and that stability and stuff like that. So at some point, even now, I'm still picking up that they are out of balance when it comes to that area. This is the part of them that makes them feel safe, makes them feel stable. So they were looking for something that was outside of you, and it's not there. It's just literally, it's not there. And they're dissatisfied with the decisions that they actually made during this whole process, right? Because now you got this big old mess. Now, these issues, that they have, especially when it comes to their instability, it shakes them to the core, right? Because it's messing with everything. It's messing with their finances, most definitely on top of that, right? So, and when I say that, it's like either this karmic person could be doing something when it comes to money, or the fact that they could be losing money because what? Karma is a straight bleh, right? So, let's see. Yep. The woman holding the heart in reverse is definitely that other person, okay? So they're feeling guilty as well. Why? Because you got all of this stuff built up on top of built up on top of built up, right? It's just one big ass mess, and we just gonna speak it like it is, all right? I'm just gonna let it flow. Now, the woman holding a coin in reverse just indicates like a state of being emotionally overwhelmed, right? So they're definitely overwhelmed by everything that's taking place, and I know they're trying to find this balance, especially when it comes to their love life. It's turned upside down, right? But this is the stuff that they created for themselves. Okay. Now, also on top of that, then you have this woman here that has these negative emotions and a very negative influence over their life. Now, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of resentment that's going on in that situation, even some manipulation. But the divine masculine doesn't even realize, like, I don't even gotta take this stuff personally because that's that person's stuff. But because they have their own codependent issues, they seem to be taking this all in. They're highly dissatisfied. And it's like, how do I go and make this correct when I've already caused so much trouble, right? All out of the fact that I was in this envious energy, feeling like I wasn't satisfied with just my divine family. So what I'm getting is you guys probably were definitely kicking it heavy previously, right? And this third party situation is what interrupted your flow. Either it interrupted your flow, or something else could have probably taken place, right? But you didn't know that it involved another person until later on, right? But however, the daughter personal healing, and I don't know if you guys can see this, I've been working with my light, and it's just, at first it was just perfect, and now it's just like I can't seem to get it straight. But that card is in reverse. So they're dissatisfied, right? They're feeling guilty as hell because they have not only messed up a new beginning for the divine feminine, this new beginning for themselves is messed up. Their whole piece is disrupted right now, right? So they want to make these changes and they're ready to blossom, but it's like, I got to clean up this mess. Like, how do I clean up this mess, right? They're feeling extremely guilty, but it keeps them from moving forward because they're in a negative mindset. They don't really have positive expectations on what to do, because either the decision that they make, they're going to end up they feel like they're going to get a negative consequence. Okay, so it's like if they come towards a divine femme, what's going to happen? The karmic situation is going to be all hell, you know what I'm saying, crazy, a bunch of stuff that they're trying to avoid. If they leave the divine femme, then what? Then they know they're going to leave their wish fulfillment. Y'all, this is a lot. Let me find out. It's like a full-blown out soap opera right here. But however, let's keep going. Let's see. Can you tell me more? Thank you. So the hostilities have definitely been released because this card is in the reverse position. So at some point, right, they were definitely on a defense. But now they're not as defensive now. The guards are coming down. Okay, so this is good. So the guards are coming down about this whole situation where before I'm picking up Divine Femme, you might have confronted them about this situation. Definitely. You confronted them about the situation and they probably were very defensive about it. Almost even down to the point of making you feel like you ain't know what you was talking about, right? Now, the door to value card is here as well. So, of course, this card is really saying that the spirit realm is now trying to release, or show the divine masculine, like there's so much more through this door, right? There's so much more that you value through the door once you release what no longer serves you. And this is a perfect time for the universe or the divine to step in. Why? Because now the divine masculine's defenses are down. They're open, they're receptive to receive whatever the messages are that are coming in. Because remember when I said in the beginning, they weren't seeing it. Well, they were seeing it, but they weren't really connecting or understanding what it was, these signs, these symbols that were coming. But now their defenses are down. They're starting to notice what's more valuable, what's most important in their life. What is it that they're the world card is here, but the world card is in reverse. Now when I look at this number, I got my 2 plus 9, that's 11. So partnerships and judgments, 11. Okay, I want to count it and put it all together because the numbers play a major factor when it comes to the readings, in my opinion. But the world card is about expansion, right? So the number 9 represents judgment too as well. It's like you got to make these decisions, right? You got to make decisions, bring this to completion, especially within this partnership. And they know that, right? They know that, but this is in the reverse position. So they're having a very limited view. So it's like, okay, they're recognizing what they value. They have a lot of guilt because it's their own self-limitations that are keeping them from being able to move forward, because they're still stuck on, or let's just say they're very, they think too narrow. That's it. They think too narrow about what their options are. And what they feel that they deserve. So they really feel like that they might even not deserve nobody, or they deserve to be with that karmic person, because that's like they feel like that's a reflection of them, right? Because it's almost down to the point where you pretty much attract what you are. That's how it normally goes, or what you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your vibrational frequency is normally what you're going to bring to you. Now, they feel boxed in, especially by the old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, and they don't know how to expand. Okay, so they're feeling extremely guilty about this, because they should know. They like, how in the world how did I get lost, right? How did I get lost when I got so many people around me who are on that path and who are doing the right thing? It's no way that I should have gotten lost, right? But it's all about really thinking creatively, thinking outside of the box, right, that you find yourself in. But right now they just can't get out of that box. But it's the reason why is because of fear, right? So they're short-sighted when it comes to their thinking. It's very limited, and it has a lot to do with self-doubt, and the need to really let go of what no longer serves them any longer. They're still holding on to some stuff, especially from the past. And it's time for them just really to break out and see that it's like unlimited possibilities. It's unlimited things that are around them. And the world is literally, waiting for them to take center stage. Like the divine is like, wait, if you do this, then you'll have the daughter value. You'll have your wishes fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You'll have your divine femme. But coming out of that energy is something that they are struggling to do. Now, I want to pull from, no, I'm being told to pull from here. All right, so what is their energy towards this karmic person? Okay, so they're lacking the strength towards this karmic person. They don't really have the will to really come out and, I guess, in this situation with them at this point. Because like I told you, they have these very limited beliefs, and it keeps them from being able to make these good decisions for themselves, even though they know that, that they should do it. But just imagine, it's like you done brought this other person into your life knowing daggone well that you weren't fully there, right? And this other person, from what I'm picking up, is definitely loving them, digging them, possibly even in love with them. So to really have to go and break this person's heart, especially for someone else, it just seems like it's a lot. It's a heavy burden for them. What is the divine masculine guilt towards the karmic? Okay, so all right, so I have the patience card and a woman holding a coin card coming out in reverse. Okay, so the guilt is really what's happening is that the divine masculine realizes that this karmic has been patient. Okay, has been very patient. So they've probably been, I'm picking up that this person has been around for a while, and they've been patiently waiting for this connection between them two to actually become something more than what it is, right? But they're feeling really guilty about it because they don't see the value within that person. I'm not going to say they don't see the value, but they don't see that there is value within this person, right? And it's so bad, you guys, because it's just like, I know it takes a lot to be able to really come right out and say what it is that you feel, say what you mean, and to do it where it's some empathy and it doesn't sound like you're coming off being really cold. Now, I'm not trying to defend these people. I ain't gonna say men, because masculine could be masculine or feminine energy. But I'm not trying to defend these people, but you get caught up in some stuff, especially when you are operating in your lower self and not your higher self, right? You're operating from ego-based thinking, and what happens? You make a big mess for yourself. Now, they're definitely unsure, and they're fearful about what to do or how to do this, and they're trying to have the patience to get through this, to be able to tell them, and it makes them feel guilty because they know that this person has been very patient with them, and it's like, I don't want to say that it's the value that they see on this connection is like, this is not it. This is not taking me to where I want to be, right? And I feel so guilty about it because what? I don't even have the gumptions to even come to this person to really tell them that this is what it is. They're highly, I don't want to say that they're influenced by this person, but I'm really picking up that some things have taken place in your divine masculine's past, right? That probably could have came from whoever this person who could have been like a hierarchy, let's say a older woman, right? Could have been in their life. It could have been a mother, could have been an aunt, older sister, however it goes, right? So whatever that is, at some point it made them feel not as valuable, is what I'm picking up. And the reason why they have these behaviors and why they treat women the way they do is because of their experiences with whoever this older woman is. And I mean, the older woman even could have been someone they dealt with on an intimate level that was older than them. That has highly influenced them and why they make the choices that they make today. And they're noticing this, like, I'm feeling extremely guilty. And it makes it hard for them to even face you or confront you, divine feminine. And that's why they tend to pull away from the connection, because they feel like they're not worthy, right? They don't feel like they feel like they lack the value of being with someone as esteemed as you are, right? As compassionate as you are, as loving as you are, right? You stand in this energy where you're just really just want to love them. That's it. You just want to offer the love, be loved, and you're not trying to bring no drama, no toxicity or anything. And that's all that they have brought to this connection. Wow. What is the outcome? This broken heart that they have is leading them to the door to spirit. Okay, because like I said, this is the number 9 is on this card. So this is where the judgment comes in. This is where spirit is coming in, right? So this is the opportunity, because their defenses are down, to be able to really get into their mind, right? Get into their heart and help them to really start to release this pain that they're feeling, right? So they're definitely open because of this broken heart, because of the grief and the loss and all of the pain that they have caused everyone, including you, divine femme. It's like when they hurt you, it's hurting them even worse, because you mirror each other, so they're picking up all the pain that you're feeling. Everything that you're feeling, they picking it up, right? So this pain that they have, they're trying to release it, and the feeling of that release is coming from this door to spirit being open. There's so many angelic guides that are around that are really helping with this situation. One, because this is a twin flame union, which means it's divinely ordered. That's what they're assigned to do, to protect the twin flame unions, right? To make sure that they come into union. Now, this is helping them to reclaim their power and their peace of mind, okay? So that is the outcome, is really them working on this broken heart and trying to have a little bit more compassion for themselves, and to allow, the light of the divine to come in, especially divine love and healing, where they can have this compassion for themselves, to really be able to move forward, right? Because this is a difficult process for them, and they haven't been making their own self-care priority. They haven't really loved themselves as much as they should have loved themselves, right? And there's this need of needing to let go of these old experiences, especially when it comes to this karmic situation. All right, so I mean, we can really get into detail about this karmic person, but do we really need to, right? Because we really do know that at the end of the day, right, there's some guilt here. There's a lot of guilt. I ain't even gonna say some guilt. It's a lot of guilt. I want to pull from my tarot deck, but let me get my eyes fixated on my desk. Oh, here we go. Where is this guilt leading the divine masculine with the divine feminine? So there's some conflict, okay, within themselves and defeat. They feel like they know they need to learn something from this, and they know that they need to change. So it's really pushing them to want to be better, right? And at this moment, it's one of these things, is like the universe is sitting there looking like, how are you going to handle yourself this time within this connection? So they know that they have to make the right choice, right? Because it's going to end up leading them to have more karma, more outcomes that they're not really happy with. So they're looking to have a calmer road ahead of themselves when it comes to you by learning from these lessons. So the guilt is definitely pushing them to learn from this, right? And to grow up. That's what I'm getting as well. So the emotional loss card is here. I think I'm gonna have to stop showing y'all. Oh, if I put it closer, that's better. Okay, so there's definitely this sense of loss, right? So they feel like they've lost a part of them. You understand? A part of their heart, and the universe is picking up this energy, right? Because this is when you get this emotional loss, like that's really deep felt pain. It's one of those pains that it comes from, that actual true nature, that love that they know that they feel like they lost with the divine feminine, because of them being in this envious, deceitful energy. So there is definitely a block in their solar plexus. The solar plexus really talks about, I believe that's the creativity, but let me double check. Creativity and intimacy, I think. Well, let me check before I start yapping off at my mouth. Alright, so definitely wasn't on that page. Definitely not on that one either. Okay, so let me just look it up. Solar plexus is seven. So this card represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. So this is about the emotions and their feelings. Okay, so this chakra really is found like between the navel area. It's just below the rib cage. But however, it's associated with clairsentience. That's that inner feelings, right? That's also a major part of the psychic reception area. Now, they definitely need to balance this, because this is really making them it's draining their energy. So that's what I'm picking up. That's where this emotional loss is coming from, because this is out of balance and they're lacking the willpower to be able to move forward, because their inner feelings, right, they're keeping all of this in. They're not releasing it. They're not meditating or doing the things that that help you to move past this. Releasing. They're holding on so tightly to it, right? And it's causing them what they don't really realize, right? Because when I'm looking at this picture, it's still sending or omitting this energy into the universe, right? And in turn, the universe is gracing them through this, and they don't even know it. It's like sending a straight channel up into heaven. But that's why? Because they're the divine masculine. They're connected to the divine. You understand? Like when you were part of source, like, come on now, source is never gonna leave you. Always there. Now, yep, they're gaining some awareness, because this awareness card definitely is talking about them having these tools already to really know how to direct and guide themselves through all of these life lessons. They have it. They just need to learn how to use it, and then the universe partners with them. But this is what's happening now. Like, they're intuits. Then they don't know it. But it's happening because they're really they're tapping into their heart, right? Their heart center at this point. Now, there's going to be some victory and some success when it comes to this situation. Again, even though they don't, I really feel like they probably are in this energy where they know intuitively that they're being guided or being helped by the universe. So the sacral chakra is definitely there too. So it's a lot of parts of them that's off balance right now. I definitely would say, Divine Femme, for you to do some healing work too within yourself. Maybe listen to some meditation music with the frequencies over 528 Hz, and let that get into your subconscious level. Because maybe some of the energetic work you do on yourself will help them in the 5D, right? Yep, even the throat chakra, because they're having trouble expressing themselves, to be able to come out and really truthfully speak how they feel to you and to this karmic situation. They need the power, that willpower, to start this new beginning with you. And it's a lot, because they're gonna have to choose wisely, and they know if they don't make the right choices, even though they know that the right choices would be to choose the divine feminine, It's just the fact of the matter of them not feeling ready to take on that position, knowing how they are or how they were. Would they be able to stand in their power and lead and not be what? That same person on them codependencies, running from woman to woman, right? Now, wow. They have this vision and they want to achieve it, but it's like these options. It keeps them scattered in their energy. I'm hearing they need to see through the illusions. Will they see through the illusions about this karma? So rest and rejuvenation will help them see through the illusion. So some of them are in this meditative state. Okay, so they're probably in solitude where they're ready to just be alone. But in this time of solitude, they are reevaluating all of their situations, and this is causing them to literally meditate, right? This is why all of this is happening. They're connecting with the universe, trying to find the answers. They're going within, right? Trying to find these answers. And this is what's going to help them see through the illusions. Now, the recognition and reward card is here. Because they are doing that, they are being recognized, especially from the divine and from the universe. So they're getting recognized for them trying to make these efforts to do this. Now, their root chakra came out again in reverse. So the root chakra is definitely off balance. Now, and it's connected really because of the money. So this card represents financial and material changes. So they're having some changes when it comes to their money. So this is what's making them not feel stable. So whoever this person is that they are connected to, they have something tied with them when it comes to their money. It's some type of financial obligation there. And that what makes them feel like they have this fear of really trying to confront this person and just get out of the situation altogether, right? Because they know that when they make this choice, whatever choices they make, which is more leading to them moving towards their true heart's happiness, it's going to cause a lot of tower moments when it comes to their money, right? But the divine, the universe is like, you know what? Prosperity begins as soon as you make that choice, right? The universe works hand in hand as soon as you come together and follow your life purpose, which the divine feminine is what? A part of their life purpose, right? It's a lot of sacrifices that have been made for all parties involved. So they definitely going to have to surrender and just let go, right? They're going to have to surrender and let go. We can't control everything in our lives. And they're trying to really control what's happening within that situation so that they can bring balance to it. They feel like they can bring balance, right? But, whew. Let's talk about this balance. Right. They want their wish fulfillment. So what I'm getting is there's of course the spiritual team is involved, right? When it comes to this. And the spiritual team is like, let me tell you, your spiritual team is a bomb. They be in the background like, yeah, rooting you on, like, you got this, right? Pushing you and urging you, sending you the signs, just constantly working in your favor to help you to get to your wish fulfillments. Because this is what the divine masculine wants. Thank you. So the codependencies, they will triumph. So they're going to overcome their codependencies when it comes to that connection. All of that codependent energy that makes them have those self-limiting beliefs that keeps them in this mindset that they're not valuable enough, right, to move forward. That they keep making these same choices over and over again for themselves. Like they're going to overcome that. That's going to come to a completion because, of course, what your higher power, the divine, is the one who conquers all things, right? That's how I feel about it. But it's bringing it to a completion. They got support. So it is not them trying to go at this alone. They're now using or allowing the universe or their spiritual guides to come in and back them, to push them forward, because they've been suffering in silence here, sitting here just literally wallowing in their own self-pity, right? But it's time for that to come to a completion. Will they get this clear path? Okay, so the waiting game is here right now, right? So you guys are in the waiting game. Everyone's in the waiting game right now, right? And getting impatient about being in this waiting game too. Okay, but they know that they work really hard to set things in motion when it comes to that certain areas of their life. And now it's like, all right, it's time to see results. So now they know that I got to get out of this waiting energy and move on, right? Because it's time for results. There's no more sitting here dwelling on the past, making this cycle difficult. Just let it end. So they are going to get to that point in this journey, okay, if they haven't gotten there already. Like, the guilt is really pushing them to go within. Yep. Because they have gotten to this. Some of them are emotionally withdrawn right now. Some of them may not be there yet. But because they have gotten to this, these two cards were hand in hand. They came out together. This emotionally withdrawn card shows this man on here who is in a meditative state, right? Praying for a new beginning, pretty much. Is leading them here to victory, for triumphing success, right? So that's a good thing, because that's what leads to the new beginning. That is also, when you put these two cards together, you have 1 + 8, which equals 9. That's what's bringing all of this to completion. It's just that 1 ounce. What it says, even if you got faith as small as a mustard seed, right? And it brings everything to full circle, because you're just showing that you got that 1 ounce of faith. The divine is like, that's all we need. And now let us show you. And they're being shown that at the end of all of this is what? Prosperity. When you make these decisions, you get what? Prosperity. All right, right on, divine masculines. Any other messages that my divine fam should know about the divine masculine? About their divine masculine? Okay, so you guys, okay, we know that they see you as a light and a part of their destiny, right? So you're following your light. So they see you following your light, and it's helping them to move along and hear the call as well as too, right? They realize that you are definitely a part of their destiny, that you and them are a higher level soulmate. They might even know about twin flames. And I'm getting that they know about twin flames. Maybe you might have spoken it to them, and they might not know the depth of how deep the twin flame relationship goes. But they know. And they're listening. And they're hearing the call. So be patient. Okay, divine femme, as the cycles end. Let's see. I'm going to ask a question, but sometimes, my spiritual guides be like, you don't need to know everything. But I'm going to see if we can get a timing. All right. Is there an estimated time of when this cycle will end? All it says is, this situation will improve, compromise. Okay, so let's see what those are together. Right, let me look for my book real quick, you guys. Okay. Here we go. I be having to take my time, like, take your time and scan the room. Because if I don't, then I get agitated. I'd be so mad, like, I just seen it. Alright, so your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you, but the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work towards a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. Now let's look at the compromise card. In order to create a happy outcome for this situation, you will find it necessary to compromise. Allow yourself some time to become clear about what is truly important to you. Also, take note of matters where you would be open to changing your position. Work towards an agreement where everyone wins. Be open to cooperate. Be open to cooperation that would allow you to get what you need while also assisting others in fulfilling their desires. Be objective about finding a balance between respecting everyone else's viewpoints and still being true to your own. This situation will improve. All right, so we see that my guides is like, nope, we're not giving you a time frame. It's all about divine timing. Just trust the process, honey. Everything is going to work out. Let's get a closing message. Thank you. Can you tell us what we need to know to end this message about the divine masculine and divine feminine journey? All right. And look, another sign. You're very close to achieving your goals. See, they be dropping us little jewels and little hints, right? They're like, but we ain't gonna tell you exactly what day, what time, what week. So we got the Gibson Moon. Yes, I want to give y'all the description out of the book for this one. The fixed moon, the cardinal moon, or the post moon, the waning moon, the waxing moon. Where's the Gibson moon? Stop playing. Alright, so okay. So this card is basically saying the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibilities and coming to a peak, but this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want. Though you are certainly on the right track, which is hopeful, reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to this situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. I know that I am on the right track. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. You need to get back into good health habits as well. All right, so it suggests a very ripe time in a very ripe situation. All right, so you are very close, but just be careful. Don't push it. All right, you know how we push a little bit too hard sometimes, where we just be like, yes. So back to that question I asked you. Yeah, just chill, just compromise, like it says, because the situation will improve. All right, you guys, I hope that helped you out. That was really good. I felt satisfied because I am a divine feminine as well too. So some of these messages I could definitely connect to you guys. But like I said, if you want your own personal reading, just feel free to reach out to me. And I charge, what is it, twin flame readings? It's not that expensive. It's about $60 for a twin flame reading. So that's pretty inexpensive compared to some other prices that I have seen. And I usually do give you more than what it says. So it's like $60 for an hour. Sometimes I've had people videos go into well over 2 hours. But what I do is I allow the messages to flow. And when my spirit guide says that's enough, then I cut it off. All right. So I don't never want to cut the messages short. I want you to be able to be filled so that you can have what you need to continue to grow within this journey. All right, you guys. But of course, I'm putting out my energy and it takes time. So you got to be compensated for that. So I'm very thankful for you guys understanding that and your support and all of the energy that you put back into me. And even just watching and liking and sharing or even subscribing is very dope, because it's a lot of energy work. Like I said, this is stuff that we put back out into our community on a free basis, just to help you guys on a collective level, because we know everyone can't really afford to do these personal readings within the collective, right? So at least you can at least get some hope, something to raise your vibration, just to get you through your days, right? All right, so but just remember to keep the divine first, or if you into the universe, however it goes, do that. Tap into your higher self. Stay connected to your angelic guides. Okay, make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? Practice your self-care and make sure you love yourself first. through it all. No matter what's happening with the divine masculine, you stay focused on you, okay? Because as you stay focused on you, it starts to shift this connection, which it shifts it in a positive way, right? It works more in your favor because you're doing things on a soul level. So that's what the twin flame journey is about. It's about doing the work on a soul level, which means that working on your own soul, because you guys are mirror each other. You are twins. You literally share the same soul, right? I mean, it's two different bodies, but however, you are connected. And the best way to work within this journey is on a spiritual level, all right? It ain't no 3D stuff, y'all. So cut it out. Don't be running down behind them, crying, chasing them, talking about you ain't doing this, you ain't this, you ain't that, right? No. Do whatever you want to do. I'm good. I'm focused on the divine, and I'm focused on my life purpose, and I'm focusing on my own healing, and I'm leveling up, right? Either you're going to catch up or I'm going to leave you behind. And that's all you need to do for yourself, all right? And everything else will work hand in hand, and the universe will come and help you, partner with you to help you manifest in all areas of your life, not just love, but you're going to notice differences in your finances. You'll notice differences in your health, everything, all right? So remember, stay connected. That's it. I'm going to leave y'all with that because I can keep going on and on and on. But I love you, and thanks again for your time. Peace.